welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly, this is She Reads. Today we're going to be doing the August wrap up, and let me tell you, it was small. So I kind of went through this thing this month. Like, I don't really want to call it, it's not really a reading slump. I don't feel like I'm in a reading slump. I don't feel like I don't want to read. I don't have that reading slumpy feeling. I just kind of have been wanting to do other things. Like, typically I'm not really a huge TV watcher, but suddenly all of a sudden this month I was just like, I want to like catch up on some TV shows. Like, I hadn't watched the past 2 seasons of Orange is the New Black, which I'm caught up on now and is good. But anyways, so that's kind of what I was doing this month. And I kind of just let myself not stress about reading so much. Like, ever since I started my booktube channel, which I absolutely love doing, I've just kind of been putting more pressure on myself to read more. And that's not something that I want to do in my life. Like, I don't want this channel to become work or become like feeling like I need to do this. I need to read so much in order to have content for my channel, which, I mean, on the one hand, yes, I do. If I'm not reading at all, then how am I going to talk about books? So yes, I mean, on one hand, I do have to be reading, but I don't want to put so much pressure on myself to have like a big wrap up at the end of the month, because this month I only read 3 books, actually 2.5 books, and most of that was on audiobook. So I want that to be okay. Like, I want to be okay with myself saying, okay, even if you only read one, even if you only read half a book, like, it's fine. You're still reading. That's a lot better than a lot of people do. A lot of people don't even read 1 book in a whole year. So, you know, to read 2.5 books in a month, that's still better than a lot of people. And I just want to be okay with that and not be constantly pushing myself to read. Like, I don't want to start hating my favorite hobby because I'm making myself do it when I don't necessarily want to do it. So this month I just kind of like relaxed, and I caught up on some TV shows, and I just kind of was just having fun doing other stuff. Like, it's summertime, we were outside a lot, we were at the lake a lot. There just wasn't a lot of time for me to be like sitting up just like reading. And I mean, obviously I love to read, but like I said, I want it to stay my favorite hobby, and I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself. So with all that being said, let's get right on into my wrap up from August. The first book that I read was Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, and I really enjoy Agatha Christie's writing. She is, I mean, it's Agatha Christie. Like, she's like probably the most famous mystery writer ever, and with good reason. This is just like, her work is just like classic mystery novels, and there's just like nothing better than a mystery written by Agatha Christie. She's just so good at her craft. So this one takes place on an island, and it follows 10 seemingly random individuals who get invited to this island for a vacation. So they all receive letters of invitation inviting them to come to this island on a certain day, certain time, and they all meet up there together. And they just think that they're there to have, you know, a great vacation, and this is kind of the first time that this summer house is going to be open to the public for a vacation destination. So I think they're kind of like supposed to be like the trial run sort of thing. But once they get there, the very first night there, someone dies. And following the span of, I think probably about a week or so, more and more people start to die. And then it becomes this kind of mystery of who in the group of 10 is the killer. So it kind of reminded me of that board game Clue, where you're trying to figure out who is the killer. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I did not see the ending coming, and it's just one of those classic mysteries that I absolutely love. You have to definitely be in the mood for something like this, but I surely was, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to say probably about a 4.5 out of 5 for this one for me. The next book that I read was on audiobook, and I'm going to try to hold it up here for you, and I'm sorry if you don't see it, because I never know when I'm holding this up if you guys actually see it, and then half the time I play it back when I'm editing and I'm like, nope, didn't see it at all. But in any case, I read A Haunting on Hill House by Shirley Jackson, and this one once again is another kind of classic horror novel, and it takes place in a huge mansion where this doctor has asked several participants to come and they are expecting to have a paranormal experience. This mansion is haunted, and they all come to the house knowing that it's haunted, and they're hoping to experience a paranormal situation, which they do. It's definitely scary for its time, for sure. And this book, I believe, was made into a movie like quite a few years ago. I think it was in like the early 2000s. I think it had Catherine Zeta-Jones in it. Like, I remember seeing it a couple times, but I don't remember the full movie. So I definitely was surprised when reading the book. It wasn't like I remembered the movie fully, so I expected what was going to happen in the book, if that makes sense. The only thing that I would say is that I kind of wish that I had not read it so close to the Agatha Christie one, because they were kind of both really similar in plot. Like, they were both like a group of strangers in like a random house and having this experience together that was really scary. So I found sometimes that I would, like, especially when I was reading the second one, the Hill House one, like, I would remember things from the Agatha Christie one, and I would kind of like put them into the story that I was reading, like thinking that it had happened in this story, but it had really happened in the other story, if that makes sense. So I kind of wish, just because they were so similar, that I would have like read something in between them or something. And I'm not sure like why I picked those two books. Like, I must have been in like some sort of like mood that I was picking those two books, one right after the other. But I did really enjoy it. I would give it a 4 out of 5. The last book that I read, well, I'm actually still reading. I haven't even finished it yet. I'm almost 3/4 of the way, like probably about 2/3 of the way into it, is A Place of Secrets by Rachel Hoare. And this one, like, so far I'm liking it, but it's really slow going. So basically it follows this woman. Her name is Jude, and she is an appraiser of really, really, really old books. And she finds this client who actually ends up living where her grandmother grew up. And he has this like vast collection of these old books that he asks her to appraise. So she spends a lot of time there, and she realizes that she somehow is connected to this place through her grandmother. Like, her grandmother is connected to this place, obviously because she lived there. But she and her grandmother and her niece, as well as the person who wrote these books that she's appraising, she's finding all have like a huge, some sort of interconnected story that I haven't begun to unravel yet, but they all have the same nightmare. And I don't know if this is going to turn out to be some sort of like past life thing, or I don't know. There's some sort of, I don't know if it's a paranormal aspect that's going to be coming here at some point, but it is quite slow going. Like, I am enjoying it, but it's one of those books that's taking you a while. Like, you don't really want to put it down. Like, you still are liking it, so you don't want to DNF it. But at the same time, it's one of those where it can't hold your interest for that long. Like, it's a little bit dry. But I am hoping to finish it soon, because I need to get on to my next book for our Bestie Book Talk. That's going to be coming out hopefully next month. And like, my friend has already finished reading that one, so I need to hurry up and finish this and get on to the next one so that we can film our Bestie Book Talk next weekend. So I need to get my butt in gear and start doing some more reading. Well, you guys, that is it for my August wrap up. Like I said, it was a shorter month, only 2.5 books, but that is okay. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with what I've been doing. Like, I've been just working on some other stuff and just kind of like living life. So it's okay. I'm not going to stress out about it. And next month is a new month, so maybe I'll read more next month. Let me know in the comments down below what books you read last month, and did you do better than me? I'm sure probably a lot of you did, because if you're watching BookTube videos, you're a reader, so I'm sure probably a lot of you read a lot more than 2.5 books. But let me know what you did in the comments down below. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!